You were very forward-thinking for your time, Roddy.
I'm going to ignore that "your time" comment and just ask, what do you mean?
Well, there you were, an icon of incredibly masculine pastime, one signifying by brutality and macho posturing, and the whole time you were sporting long hair and a skirt.
It was a kilt, Kinsey. A kilt. And I was playing a character.
Still, that was brave. You set an example for a lot of men who were questioning their own fashion choices, and maybe even who they were inside.
I never really thought of it that way, but okay, thanks.
You don't have to thank her for that one. Right, so welcome back to Saints Row 4. Time for the final audio logs. It's Cyrus Temple.
When I first signed on to head the Stag Initiative, I figured it would be a cushy job. After all, pitting a military organization against common street thugs seemed like a one-sided battle. The Saints changed that perspective quickly.
Yeah, we did.
Monica Hughes had no idea what she was sending me into.
Right, so these unlock after the previous mission.
The leader of the Saints is insane. We expected them to tear through Steelport, but no one knew what they were really capable of. After they destroyed that aircraft carrier, Hughes should have approved the data list right then and there.
And these are indeed the last ones that I was missing before.
I'll never regret that night I had with Kia. She opened my eyes to things I'd only seen in Guam. What does she call it? A helicopter. There's no way they teach that in basic.
I don't want to know what you were talking about there. That's my controller acting up, but maybe the boss is just really mad after hearing that. Anyway, it's time for the last loyalty mission of the game. It's Kinsey's. The girl who beat Cyrus.
We have a problem that needs immediate attention. See me as soon as you can.
Sounds like trouble.
It is.
Right, so let's go over to meet Kinsey, but real quick, Cyrus actually has two different voice actors in this game. In the beginning, he was voiced by Richard Epcar. Here, he's voiced by Tim Thomerson, like he was in the third. So, chances are, Cyrus Temple was a bit of a late addition at the start, but this part of the game was probably always planned, and as such, they may not have been able to get his voice actor back in time for the start, strangely enough. I mean, hey, development isn't always linear.
Cyrus Temple, that government thug has been a thorn in my side far too long.
Has he?
As if he wasn't bad enough in real life, the even more messed up virtual one has invaded the simulation. We're going to Sierra Point to destroy his base and end him once and for all.
Okay.
Is Cyrus really that bad of a guy?
Are you kidding me? He's...
Whoa, kidding. Why are you so pissed off?
You saw what he put me in. You saw.
I mean, was that him?
Here I am thinking this might
Like,
be
I
about
would
the
have
time
thought
to
that
turn
was
and
more
move for
on
US.
Zinyak than
That
Cyrus. I
Cyrus is dead.
kind of thought
This
Cyrus was just a,
Cyrus is
like,
running
byproduct, or just, you know,
simulation.
the figurehead he
Shut down
added.
each time before things got too hairy, but he's getting stronger, bolder, and it's time for him to stop.
Wait, Cyrus is breaking into the simulation and this is the first I've heard of it?
I guess I thought you were a little busy freeing your friends, avenging the Earth, and tracking down a maniacal alien overlord.
Let's not forget saving hackers from a fate worse than Bobby Socks.
Yes, and that.
Right, so, you know, going into this, I kind of figured, like, I don't really know how I rank all of the loyalty missions, because a lot of them have some pretty good aspects, and I appreciate a lot of them. After this mission, I still don't know what my overall ranking would be, but this one I think would definitely be the bottom. You've probably noticed the video run time. It's a short one, that's why it's a double feature today, because this is kind of hard to justify
Someone sure is excited
leaving
about taking
it
the
on
fight
its
to the
own for a
enemy.
week.
Just get in a tank already.
This isn't
Reporting
Mega
for
Man. I can't just give this an 8-minute episode and say, yeah, that's good enough. Because, you know, in that case, it's just a whole stage I'm going through. This is just a very short, kind of meatless mission.
Yeah! Take out everything! Yeah! Take that, Cyrus!
So tell me how Cyrus Temple can break into this simulation.
This inclination of Cyrus came from my subconscious.
Why?
I can only assume he took some of my knowledge about how this whole thing works with him.
Okay.
Any idea how insane that sounds?
Do you realize how crazy everything since we were abducted from the White House sounds?
Yeah,
I'm just
everybody's
trying to
made
roll the
note of that,
punches and
that
not
Saints
dwell
Row
on
4
the
is kind of a
absurdity.
weird game. What really kind of makes this a weird mission to me, though, is just the fact that Kinsey's just really aggro about Cyrus Temple. And look, he's not my favorite villain either, but like, what in Saints Row the Third made Cyrus such a big villain to Kinsey more than anyone else? Like, how often did she even acknowledge Cyrus in that game?
Bitch, Reddy's my middle name.
Not you, him!
Can't wait to take you back to where you belong. The kitchen!
Also, like, he's really misogynist for some reason, and I mean, I don't put it past him, but like, this never came up in Saints Row the Third. So I guess this is just
Looks like that took care of it.
Kinsey.
Don't bet on it. I know he's
And-
still here somewhere.
I guess this is just Kinsey imprinting something on him.
Kinsey, are you still trying to fight a man's fight?
Like, when did he ever do
He
this?
blinked out on us.
See if you can handle this.
We probably can, you suck a lot, my dude. Yeah, so the mission's actual construction and the subject matter of it all feel
More?
rushed and half-baked. Like, they kind of just needed to give Kinsey a loyalty mission and just threw this together. And now we just have
Vanished again. Get ready.
really misogynist Cyrus Temple, which, again, not really his thing. I'd believe it if they told me, but,
Having someone else fight your battles for you.
like, none of this was introduced in Saints Row the Third. They wanted to give Kinsey something, but again, I personally, I feel like they should have just had us go up against, like, an incarnation of Matt Miller that, you know, we'd understand isn't the real Miller, but is the lingering disdain she has for him, even though he's on her side now. I think that would make sense as a plot. I guess they just wanted to fit Cyrus Temple in, but this all feels kind of sloppy. Oh, she's a Super Saint now. Okay. Note to self, Kinsey extremely not into trad wife stuff. Also not a sub or switch. Would have assumed that to be the case. Good to know, because being wrong about that seems a poor idea. Okay, well then. Right, yeah, so that's the entire loyalty mission. That's Kinsey's adventures. This really just feels like it's here because they're like, oh yeah, shoot, Kinsey doesn't have a loyalty mission. I guess she really hates Cyrus Temple now. Again, they didn't really talk much ever in the third. I don't know why this happened. But we do need to do that, so yeah, Kinsey's a Super Saint. We can summon Cyrus for some reason. I don't really want to, but you can. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's Kinsey's loyalty mission. You can all go home now. Have a good day, I guess.
Ooh, yeah. I'ma get on it, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'ma get on it. Jokes, we are jokes in a this Armageddon. Ooh, yeah. Trot, we are trot to holy Mount Zion. I say